Every time your fingers touch money, feel the energy, the divine exchange that takes place. Know that this is an opportunity to multiply the blessings in your life. Approach it with gratitude and intention. This is the truth of abundance. Let your heart guide you. You are not just making a transaction. You are making a declaration. Not with your voice, perhaps, but with your vibration, with your belief, with your emotion. Every dollar you hold, every card you swipe, every bill you fold, it all speaks something into the invisible realm. And the question is, what is it saying? Most people speak fear. Most people whisper doubt. Most people speak against their own supply, and then wonder why it withers. They hold money with tension. They spend it with hesitation. They count it with dread. They speak of lack, even as they touch abundance. They say, "I never have enough." They say, "Money goes too fast." They say, "Everything is too expensive." And then they wonder why the wallet stays light, why the bills keep rising, why the account keeps draining. But I tell you this, money is not blind. Money is not deaf. Money is not dead. Money is alive. It is energy. It is substance. It is a servant of spiritual law. And spiritual law always listens. Money hears your vibration. Money responds to your emotion. Money obeys your dominant word. Not your effort, not your education, not your hustle, but your energy. Your money listens when you speak. It listens when you don't. It listens to the silence between your thoughts. That's why, from this day forward, you must speak with intention. You must bless with precision. You must declare with power. Let me say this clearly. You are not spending money. You are circulating divine energy. And what is blessed multiplies. What is cursed withers. What is feared flees. But what is honored returns, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So when you touch money, touch it as a priest would touch a sacred object, not with greed, not with guilt, not with fear, but with reverence, with love, with command. Say this aloud. Every time you touch money, even a coin, even a crumpled bill, even a digital transfer, say it in rhythm, say it in truth, say it in faith. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money and see it multiply under grace in perfect ways. Say it again. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money. I see it multiply under grace in perfect ways. Say it until your fingers feel the power. Say it until your body believes. Say it until your old thoughts dissolve and your new pattern is born. Because the law doesn't respond to begging. It doesn't respond to hoping. It doesn't respond to wishing. The law responds to certainty. And you are not a beggar. You are not broken. You are not powerless. You are the speaker, the governor, the vessel of increase. And what you speak must come, because what is declared in rhythm becomes form in time. You are not reacting to your bank account. You are creating it. You are not observing your supply. You are commanding it. You are not limited by the number in front of you. You are led by the truth within you. So let this be your new way, your sacred way, your daily way, to bless, to speak, to multiply. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money, and I see it multiply, under grace, in perfect ways, and so it is. Your words shape the world around you. Every thought you hold has power. the energy you radiate multiplies. Align yourself with the divine truth within you. Trust in the path you walk. Feel the sacredness in every moment. Let your spirit guide you. Your thoughts shape the current of your experience, and your energy opens the gate. You may not realize it, but every time you interact with money, whether through a bill, a bank app, a payment, or a passing thought, you are making a spiritual decree, not a casual moment, not a meaningless transaction, but a demonstration of law. What you feel in that moment becomes form. What you believe becomes the echo. What you say becomes your supply. Most people do not know this. Most people never pause long enough to feel their vibration. They pay the bill and sigh. They look at their wallet and cringe. They open their banking app and flinch. And in that flinch, in that sigh, in that little emotional collapse, they declare, there is not enough. They declare, money is stress. Money is fleeting. Money is hard. And then they wonder why it stays away. They wonder why it dries up, why it delays, why it avoids their door. But it is not a mystery. It is not a punishment. It is a mirror. It is a match. It is law. And law does not fail. This is why your transformation does not begin with effort. It begins with word. It begins with rhythm, with repetition, with alignment. So I ask you again, what are you saying when you touch money? What are you thinking when you pay a bill? What do you feel when you hand over cash? Bless it. Always bless it, especially when it feels small, especially when it feels scarce, especially when it feels like it's all you have left. Because when you bless the little, you prepare the way for the much. When you honor what you have, you open the way for more. Let me give you the truth again. You are not spending money. You are circulating divine substance. Say it aloud now. I am not losing anything. I am not being drained. I am circulating divine energy, and it returns to me multiplied. Let this become your new ritual. Speak it softly. Speak it slowly. Speak it with breath and reverence. What I give returns. What I release reappears. What I bless multiplies. You must unlearn the fear. You must unwrite the patterns. You must unspeak the curses you've repeated for years. Because every time you say, I can't afford that, you write it into your field. Every time you say, money is hard, you build that belief. Every time you say, I never have enough, you prophesy your own limitation. But you don't have to keep repeating that story. You can start over. You can choose a new tone, a new rhythm, a new decree. And when you do, everything begins to shift. Speak this instead. Money flows to me with ease. I am trusted with divine substance. There is always more on the way. Say it when you give. Say it when you receive. Say it when it feels true, and even more when it doesn't. Because you are not reacting to what is. You are creating what will be. The law doesn't wait for evidence. It waits for alignment. When you align, the evidence comes. So bless every payment. Bless every transfer. Bless every coin. Bless every hand that passes money your way. Say it again. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money, and I see it multiply, under grace, in perfect ways. Let it echo through you. Let it replace every old belief. Let it become your habit, your song, your reality. You are not begging. You are not hoping. You are not wishing. You are declaring. And the universe obeys the voice of the one who declares. Now that you know the truth, you can never go back. You can never again pretend that money is just paper, or just math, or just numbers on a screen. You know better now. And because you know better, you can do better. You can treat money the way it longs to be treated, as sacred, as spirit in form, as divine law in your hands. From now on, every interaction with money is holy. Yes, holy. When you give as a source. When you receive with open hands. When you hold it with love, not fear. Let that fear go. It was taught to you, but it was never yours. It was given to you, but it doesn't serve you. It was whispered for generations, but you can end it now. Because money is not the enemy. It is not non-spiritual. It is not evil. It is not wrong. That belief was planted by those who wanted control. That story was written by those who misunderstood the law. Money is simply a mirror, a magnifier, a message. It takes on the shape of your faith. It follows the tone of your word. It reflects the rhythm of your mind. If you treat it with guilt, it becomes guilty. If you treat it with reverence, it becomes a river, flowing, unstuck, unlimited. So don't just speak to money. Thank it, honor it, love it. Say thank you, divine supply. Thank you for choosing me as a vessel of circulation. I use this money to bless, to build, to bloom. And feel the truth behind those words. Feel how different they are from the old story of stress and survival. Because you're not here to survive. You're here to expand. You're here to overflow. You're here to live as proof that the law works. Let every payment you make become a planting. Let every gift you give become a garden. You are not losing. You are sowing. You are not poorer. You are wiser. You are not afraid. You are awake. This is your new identity. A giver without fear. A receiver without guilt. A speaker of divine truth. So speak again. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money, and I see it multiply under grace in perfect ways. Say it now. Say it slow. Say it like it matters, because it does. You are not saying this for good luck. You are saying this because it is law. Law moves when faith speaks. Law shifts when energy aligns. You are not a victim of money. You are a co-creator of wealth. Say it again. Money is my servant. Money is good. Money is spiritual. Money returns to me, multiplied and blessed. Let this become the dominant vibration in your home, in your heart, in your business, in your wallet. This is not a one-time affirmation. This is a way of being. You don't just say it, you embody it. You don't just repeat it, you live it. You breathe it. You prove it. And soon, you will have no choice but to believe it, because the evidence will be all around you. Now, let's speak of return, because what you bless must return. The universe conspires to multiply your blessings. Trust in this divine truth. Each act of love you share echoes, returning to you. What you circulate must come back. What you speak in alignment cannot be denied. This is not superstition. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual law. And spiritual law is never broken. When a seed is planted, it does not vanish. It does not disappear. It does not ignore its purpose. It waits. It roots. It rises. And so does money when you plant it in truth. When you plant it with fear, it trembles. When you plant it with guilt, it hides. But when you plant it with joy, with love, with knowing, it returns. It grows. It multiplies. So I ask you again, how are you giving? How are you receiving? How are you touching the divine substance called money? Every interaction is a mirror. Every thought is a seed. Every word is a command. And today, you choose a new command. Say it with me now. Slowly, fully, with reverence. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money, and I see it multiply, under grace, in perfect ways. Pause, feel it in your chest. Say it again. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money. I see it multiply, under grace, in perfect ways. This is your new relationship. No more fear. No more struggle. No more not enough. Enough is here. Enough is now. Enough is your natural state. You are not here to chase wealth. You are here to welcome it, to hold it gently, to send it freely, to receive it joyfully, as a child of divine law, as a channel of divine increase. So when you touch a coin, seal its weight as sacred. When you touch a bill, speak blessing into it. When you swipe your card, whisper gratitude and expectation. Not for what you lose, but for what is returning. Not for what you spent, but for what you planted. Not for what left your hand, but for what is now rushing back multiplied, through channels you haven't even seen yet. Yes, it will come through your work. It will come through gifts. It will come through miracles. It will come through channels you could never have predicted. Because when you align with law, law creates the way. Your job is not to control the channel. Your job is to bless the substance and walk in faith. Say it one more time, as your new financial rhythm. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money, and I see it multiply, under grace, in perfect ways. Now say this, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. It flows with ease. It flows with joy. It flows with purpose. I do not chase. I do not fear. I do not hoard. I bless. I circulate. I trust. I receive. And because I do, it returns to me in divine timing, in perfect form, in overflowing measure. And so it is, and so it shall be, and so it already is.